All right, back page. 8th grade math standard. 8th grade. 8th grade math standard. We're going to use two formulas. One of them, which most of y'all for some reason don't know, is the formula for slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus y1. The other one is called point slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And that's what we're going to use. First off, we'll find the slope. She's going to be 8 minus 4 over 2 minus the negative 1. And 8 minus 4 is 4, 2 minus negative 1 is 3. And then we're going to use this point to give us an x1 and a y1. So y minus y1 being 8, is that slope of 4/3 times x minus 2. And then we're just going to do the math. I know a lot of kids, they really bad at fractions. 4 times 2 is 8. And there's a negative. So negative 8/3. Then we're going to add 8 to both sides. I have the minus 8/3. And when I move over that positive 8, I become 24 over 3. Because that is 8. Probably going to get in trouble for talking like that. Anyways, negative 8/3 plus 24/3 is 16/3. Now on your quiz, I don't know if I'll have fractions or not, but and I just talked a lot of smack there. That's what I'm doing. If you cannot do negative 4 over 3 plus 8 like I did, you can push the buttons. Please don't be like Taylor and write down 6.666. He would, because he'd like that number. Go to math. Whoops. Answer frac. 20/3. Oh, I typed in the wrong thing. It was negative 8 over 3. Oops, plus 8. Math. Answer frac. 16/3. And again, don't write 5.333. All right, what is the area of the triangle formed by the vectors -1, -1, and 2, 4? You just need a formula. Area is 1/2 the absolute value of the determinant of a matrix containing the elements A, B, C, and D. That's what you need. There's your formula. Plain and simple. And we're going to make our matrix here. We're going to find 1/2 the absolute value of the determinant of a matrix that contains. Row 1 is -1, -1. Row 2 is 2, 4. Now, speaking of the determinant of A, B, C, D, determinant of a matrix containing the elements A, B, C, D is AD minus CB. It's not that hard. What do we have here? We have 1/2 the absolute value of -1 times 4 minus -1 times 2. So what are we going to have here? We're going to have a -4 plus 2, and half the absolute value of -2 is 1. Turned out to be 1. And here's something else you can do. You can go to second matrix, go to edit, make a 2x2, because the determinant of a 2x2 is just a hard skill that you just can't do, you poor little things. You're offended just for learning it. Throw that thing in there to a matrix. See how I made this matrix? It went XY, XY, that's all I did. And we had 0.5, the absolute value. Oops, got ahead of myself. Second matrix math, determinant, second matrix A, where I put it. And by gosh, she's 1. It is more complex to type that in. The vector has an initial point at 2, 5 and a terminal point at 4, -2. What is the component form of this vector? Component form is done literally by thinking about the change in x followed by the change in y. It's kind of like slope. Oh yeah, we use the different notation here. We use inequality symbols. So the change in x here is that we went up 2. And the change in y looks like that we went down 7. So there's our component form. We just don't need that positive symbol. That's understood. And there she is. The vector's magnitude. The magnitude is simply the square root of x squared plus y squared. That's all she is. It's Pythagorean theorem. It's all it is. Anyways, x was 2, so 2 squared plus, don't even worry about the signs, 7 squared. If you don't know what 2 squared plus 7 squared is, please always remember that Jesus loves you, but you need to start going to church because you need that going for you. Got a 53, root 53. Ta-da! Direction. What is the vector's direction? There's also a formula for that. Notice that we have a formula. Formula is that the tangent of the angle called theta is x over y. So, what's more important than I remember, the arctangent of x over y is theta. This is the one I have to remember. And this is x, this is y. So theta is the arctangent of 2 over negative 7. Let's see what she says. Checking my mode, I'm in degree. Arctangent of 2 over negative 7. Negative 15.95 degrees. That's all I'm asking for. Good. 21. Solve the inequality 4x squared plus 1 less than 3x plus 2 using the graphing ability of your TI-84. So, by gosh, that's y1. By gosh, that's y2. There was another question I was going to put on this test, but it got long enough, so I didn't. Went to a Zoom 6, like I've always done. And I am going to kind of roughly graph this thing here, just so I can explain it. Although as small as that is, that may not help. This is asking, where is the parabola below? Because it's a less than symbol. See the less than symbol? The line. That's what she's asking. And that's this chunk of space right here. That is literally where the parabola is below the line. So I go to my TI-84, I do second trace 5, I get my cursor close and I press enter 3 times. Enter, enter, enter. This happens between x equals negative 0.25 and, see what the other intersection is, x equals 1. Now, if you like inequality forms, you could say something like x is stuck between negative 1/4 and 1. By the way, I switched over negative 0.25 to negative 1/4. If you don't understand why, I don't know what to do for you. I don't. You have to get your crap together. But this is probably an interval. So it probably looks something like this. Parentheses because there's no equality. And the last one, 22. What is the equation of a parabola with x-intercepts at negative 7, 0, 3, 0 and pass through the point negative 1, 3? And this would be in factored form. So you have it's on your form quiz. It's a general intercept form. It's y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. And here's a p and here's a q. So y equals a times x. Taking away a negative is addition, so plus 7. Taking away a positive is subtraction, so minus 3. And all I need is a. Well, that's what this guy's for. This gives me x and this gives me y. Everywhere I see a y, sorry you couldn't see what I circled over there. Everywhere I see a y, I'm a 3, and everywhere I see an x, I'm a negative 1. 3 equals a times negative 1 plus 7 times negative 1 minus 3. 3 equals a times, that would be 6. That would be negative 4. So there's negative 24 attached to a, and that's equal to 3. I do the division, and I get negative 1/8. And that goes right there. And that's my equation. Y equals negative 1/8 of x plus 7 times x minus 3. And that is the last actual test question. So now I get to stop this video and I get started on bonuses.